Have you heard of Daniel in the Bible and the lion's den? Today on Truth for Us, we discuss the life of this man as a prominent figure in the Bible, known for his wisdom, interpretation of dreams, and survival in the lion's den. Daniel's faithfulness, even in the face of persecution, is a central theme in the book of Daniel. His prophecies, including those about the rise and fall of kingdoms, have fascinated readers for centuries. Daniel is the main character of the book of Daniel. Daniel's name means God is my judge, while the best-known Daniel is the hero of the book of Daniel who interprets dreams and receives apocalyptic visions. According to the Hebrew Bible, Daniel was a noble Jewish youth of Jerusalem taken into captivity by Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon, serving the king and his successors with loyalty and ability until the time of the Persian conqueror Cyrus, all the while remaining true to the God of Israel. While some conservative scholars hold that Daniel existed and his book was written in the 6th century BCE, most scholars agree that Daniel is not a historical figure and that much of the book is a cryptic allusion to the reign of the 2nd century BCE Hellenistic king Antiochus IV Epiphanes. The book of Daniel begins with an introduction telling how Daniel and his companions came to be in Babylon, followed by a set of tales set in the Babylonian and Persian courts in the late 7th and early 6th centuries BCE, followed in turn by a set of visions in which Daniel sees the remote future of the world and of Israel. The tales in chapters 1 and 6 can be dated to the 3rd or early 2nd centuries BCE. It is generally accepted that these were expanded by the addition of the visions in chapters 8 to 12 between 167 and 164 BCE. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, Daniel and his friends Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah are taken to Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. The four are chosen for their intellect and beauty to be trained in the Babylonian court, and are given new names. Daniel is given the Babylonian name Belteshazzar, while his companions are given the Babylonian names Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel and his friends refuse the food and wine provided by the king of Babylon to avoid becoming defiled. They receive wisdom from God and surpass all the magicians and enchanters of the kingdom. Nebuchadnezzar dreams of a giant statue made of 4 metals with feet of mingled iron and clay, smashed by a stone from heaven. Only Daniel is able to interpret it. The dream signifies 4 kingdoms, of which Babylon is the first, but God will destroy them and replace them with his own kingdom. King Nebuchadnezzar dreams of a great tree that shelters all the world and of a heavenly figure who decrees that the tree will be destroyed. Again, only Daniel can interpret the dream, which concerns the sovereignty of God over the kings of the earth. When Nebuchadnezzar's son Belshazzar uses consecrated vessels from the Jewish temple as serving vessels for his extravagant feast, a hand appears and writes a mysterious message on a wall, which only Daniel can interpret. It tells the king that his kingdom will be given to the Medes and Persians, because Belshazzar, unlike Nebuchadnezzar, has not acknowledged the sovereignty of the God of Daniel. The Medes and Persians overthrow Nebuchadnezzar, and the new king, Darius the Mede, appoints Daniel to high authority. Jealous rivals attempt to destroy Daniel with an accusation that he worships God instead of the king, and Daniel is thrown into a den of lions. But an angel saves him, his accusers are destroyed, and Daniel is restored to his position. In the 3rd year of Darius, Daniel has a series of visions. In the first, for beasts come out of the sea, the last with 10 horns, and an 11th horn grows and achieves dominion over the earth, and the Ancient of Days, God, gives dominion to one like a son of man. An angel interprets the vision. In the second, a ram with 2 horns is attacked by a goat with 1 horn. The 1 horn breaks and is replaced by 4. A little horn arises and attacks the people of God and the temple, and Daniel is informed how long the little horn's dominion will endure. In the third, Daniel is troubled to read in Holy Scripture, the book is not named but appears to be Jeremiah, that Jerusalem would be desolate for 70 years. Daniel repents on behalf of the Jews and requests that Jerusalem and its people be restored. An angel refers to a period of 77s or weeks of years. In the final vision, Daniel sees a period of history culminating in a struggle between the king of the north and the king of the south in which God's people suffer terribly. An angel explains that in the end the righteous will be vindicated and God's kingdom will be established on earth. Daniel kept the welfare of Nebuchadnezzar in mind continually, and when the king was condemned by God to live as a beast for a certain period, Daniel prayed that the period of punishment should be shortened, and his prayer was granted. When Nebuchadnezzar was dying, he wished to include Daniel among his heirs, but Daniel refused the honor, saying that he could not leave the inheritance of his forefathers for that of the uncircumcised. Daniel also restored the sight of King Darius, who had wrongly thrown the pious Daniel into prison on false charges, upon which many converted to Judaism. In Judaism, Daniel is not a prophet. Prophecy is reckoned to have ended with Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. In the Hebrew Bible, his book is not included under the prophets. The Hebrew Bible has 3 sections: Torah, Prophets, and Writings. But nevertheless, the 8 copies found among the Dead Sea Scrolls and the additional tales of the Greek text are a testament to Daniel's popularity in ancient times. Daniel is also the name of a figure in the Akkad legend from Ugarit. Ugarit was a Canaanite city destroyed around 1200 BCE. The tablet containing the story is dated 1360 BCE. This legendary Daniel is known for his righteousness and wisdom and a follower of the god El, hence his name, who made the gods well known through dreams and visions. It is unlikely that Ezekiel knew the far older Canaanite legend, but it seems reasonable to suppose that some connection exists between the two. The authors of the tales in the first half of the book of Daniel were likely also unaware of the Ugaritic Daniel and probably took the name of their hero from Ezekiel. The author of the visions in the second half in turn took his hero's name from the tales. The last mention of Daniel in the book of Daniel is in the 3rd year of Cyrus, Daniel chapter 10, verses 1 in around 539 BC.